fires, the smoke. So now we've gotten a little bit closer and you can see the damage and the destruction. Buildings just gone. I'm being told that used to be the gun shop. This is some people walking by and I asked, was that the gun shop there? And they say they believe so. It says, yes, I can confirm it. It says guns right there, right on the window. So yes, that gun shop is gone now. Obviously there was a lot of ammunition inside, which is why we heard popping throughout the morning. That gun shop has been destroyed. There's still so much smoke. I heard another pop just now. There it is. So I heard another pop right now. That gentleman should not be there. Under any other circumstances, the fire department will tell them to get away from here, but they're simply overwhelmed. We move our camera to the left. You can see across the street from the gun shop, that building, whatever it was, and we're not sure yet if that's your building, you'll know exactly what it is. That building.
I'm going to have Martin pan off to the left. You're looking at a neighborhood that goes block after block after block that is completely and totally and overwhelmingly destroyed. You rarely see anything like this. Now, you might see this out in the countryside somewhere, but in an urban area like this, to see this kind of fire, it really goes back to the days of the Oakland Hills fire. But this is in the flats here. The wind was blowing, and obviously this just became an incinerator. This is called Coffey Park. It's a part of Santa Rosa, not far from the freeway, and this place is just destroyed. There's really almost nothing left. We have some people walking up and down, some of them seeing their houses for the first time, breaking into tears and just having a god-awful time. Now, if you come back around this way, Martin, what I want to do is kind of give people, again, the scape here. Look at the scope of this thing. This is so hard to believe because this was, 24 hours ago, this was a neighborhood. There are garbage cans out in the street waiting for pickup. There are cars that were here that people simply didn't have enough people to drive away. And you're looking at a scene that is probably reminiscent of hell. There's still some fires because the gas is still on, but again, the fire's not spreading anywhere. And when we take a look at this, it's amazing. Now, I'm going to ask Martin to take the camera off of the tripod, so it's going to jerk around a little bit here, but I want to show you something that's just amazing. We're going to walk down this hill now, and we're going to take a look at, the ironies around here are just hard to believe, but take a look over here on this corner. There's a house that has a for sale sign, and that house was a for sale. It's not even a house anymore, and we're seeing this literally every place you look. I see, actually, from where I'm standing, I see a row of houses over there, but for blocks and blocks, there is nothing but complete destruction here. And when you look at all of this destruction, you realize that these are people's homes. This is where they were living. This is what they abandoned yesterday because they had to, literally in the middle of the night, and they come back and see this. This is just one of the kind of worst scenes that you can possibly imagine. And this is what we're looking at. Coffey Park, near Santa Rosa's downtown, not terribly far away. And just look, I mean, yes, the cross streets here are Santiago and Camino del Prado. Not terribly far from the first neighborhood that we were in, but that was one where you had a square block that was just taken.
Fountain Grove, Glen Eagle. Fountain Grove is Fountain Grove no more.
Our losses, at least specifically in this section, you can't even really make out what was what. I can see a trailer there in the distance, but it's very sad, very sad. I talked with some homeowners earlier this afternoon, and those homeowners, basically told me they didn't know what to say. They were trying to take it all in. They didn't expect this because when they left last night, when they were evacuated out of here, they thought there was a chance, only to come back and see all of the damage.
Santa Rosa, where Deborah, again, we've learned 7 people have died.
Yeah, Heather, that was a very somber announcement this evening at the Incident Command Center, the announcement of that first loss of life. Right now, we are at what is left, and there's really nothing here, the Fountain Grove Hilton. It has been burning all day. There's no real effort to put it out because it's a total loss. A 265-room hotel on the north end of town, one of 2 hotels leveled, along with hundreds of homes.
I want to know how many people have died, how many people have been injured.
Santa Rosa's mayor admits he needs to know more.
Evacuated, how many structures have been lost. It's frustrating.
But numbers must wait as fire still burns, and first responders are still helping evacuate people, with no containment on the Tubbs fire that roared into Santa Rosa in the middle of the night.
We are a resilient county, and we will come back from this, but right now, we need to grieve because the loss is significant.
We have 7 confirmed deaths related to this fire so far.
The sheriff says he does not know details of the fatalities so far, where they were found and how they were trapped, but he expects the number to rise as teams are able to get into the worst areas.
There is no searching, there is no looking yet. So there is a lot of burned homes and a lot of burned areas, so it's just logical that we're going to find more people.
It has been a horrific and terrifying night for a great many people.
Santa Rosa's police chief says his officers were pinned in by flames, even fleeing their burning patrol cars. This in the Fountain Grove area.
And that was also the site of some of the most harrowing rescues last night, where on the radio, officers were going in and reporting that they were surrounded by flames.
Only 2 houses on the street.
official who says that overnight they did lose more homes in Sonoma County. Luckily, nothing here, at least not yet. We're in White Oak right now, which is just at the city limits of Santa Rosa. This fire that you're looking at right now, this one crossed over early this morning from Annandale State Park into White Oak. So it's backing up towards these homes that are out here on White Oak Drive. Now, firefighters say, again, this is the city limits for Santa Rosa, so this fire has crossed into the city limits at this time. It does appear to be less severe than it was a few moments ago. We did see, like, embers swirling in the air. The flames appeared to be pretty high. In the last hour or so, it has definitely cooled off, and we don't have a whole lot of wind, so it does appear to still be on the move, just not as severe as it was before. Now, by 1 o'clock this morning, Santa Rosa police tweeted out that this fire had moved. They were telling people to evacuate immediately from the White Oak neighborhood. We have firefighters from Sebastopol here guarding homes on White Oak Drive. They can't attack this fire. They're pretty much just on.
Another house going up.
Been hampering the situation as folks are trying to get to safety. We've got Robin Winston as part of our team coverage keeping an eye on the multitude of closures that seem to move around and grow depending on the update. So let's get the latest now from her in the traffic center.
That's right. We're talking about city streets and then several major freeways shut down in the North Bay. And keep in mind, as James just said, these closures will change. They are subject to change, so I'll try my best to stay on top of it as I receive the updated information from CHP. But do expect to see heavier traffic leaving the North Bay, Marin County, Solano County this morning on 80 as well as.
Boom coming from down there. Walked out and hooked up with a forest mill rig.
Hours after it began, the fires in the North Bay continue tonight. I'm Steve Avison.
And I'm Vicki Liviakis. We have reports of some 70,000 acres that are on fire. We're looking now live at the Hilton. As you can see, it is still burning. That is in Santa Rosa, where some of the worst damage, some of the neighborhoods have been totally decimated there.
It's almost impossible to do an exact assessment of just how many structures have burned, but we've